So how to not get emotional is to have a goal. If you like this guy, or oh, I'm in love, or we're emotionally connected, okay, that's fine. But always attach something tangible onto it. Always make sure you're getting more than you're giving. Don't just enter into dating in an emotional standpoint. What does this man bring to the table? Can this man provide, profess, and or protect me? Number 2, on how to not get so emotional. Now, this works for me personally. I used to be highly emotional, but I find that the more I'm there, the more I care. For example, I have 2 glass jars here, one filled with water, one is empty. Let's just say these are, our tears, our feelings. I find that, this is a visual for you guys, the more I'm there, the more I care. The more you pour into me, the more emotional I become. The more you call, the more gifts I get. The more you tell me what I want to hear, the more emotional I become over time. Now, let's say this guy breaks my heart and he's a devil in disguise. Let's just say him breaking my heart is him knocking this glass jar over. Now my feelings are hurt because I cared and I was there more. For people that, let's say I met a guy Tuesday and we stopped talking Friday, I don't care because I just met you. I don't know you like that. Whatever. It's really hard to catch feelings for someone you don't know or you haven't given much time, effort, or energy to. But when you sit there and just pour and pour and pour and pour, and then he disappoints you, the chances are I'm way more emotional. So I tend to withdraw my emotions, or I don't care to begin with now when I date. Now we got to move into point 3. You need to truly identify your emotional triggers. Write down on your piece of paper or get a journal or whatever and write down things that bother you. Try to identify, if this thing makes you cry, makes you upset. We got to figure out why and where is this truly coming from. Really identifying what bothers you and why. Never have I ever heard a man say, yeah, I married my wife because she was highly emotional. If you don't learn how to handle your emotions or control them and think logically, let me tell you something. There are people in jail right now or serving a lifelong sentence because they could not handle their emotions. They were not thinking anymore. They acted on impulse. They were moving off feelings. They got angry. They got upset, and boom, they made a decision that affected their life for the rest of their life. There are women right now that are single moms that probably didn't even want to be a mom. But since they were in their emotions and not thinking, now they have to live with this long-term decision. Guys, anger, fear, tears, they hold power. You're emotional over someone or a circumstance, you have mentally pedestalized them. And when you pedestalize someone, all they can do is look down upon you. When you put somebody else above yourself, you're saying their needs, their wants, their reactions is way more important than your needs, your wants, your reaction. What bad can come out of putting yourself first? There is no negative consequences for putting yourself first. There is no negative consequences for not caring. Why would you invest all this emotion? And 9 times out of 10, these guys or whoever you're obsessing over, they haven't logically proven to you that they're worth all of that emotion. Guys, I remember when I used to be highly emotional and people would look at me like, they would look at me like this, girl, what are you crying for? It's not that serious, just drop it. Or what's wrong with you? It'll be like it was a turnoff. Or B, they would get away from me. They would get far, far away, like, girl, go on over there with your cloud, or go over there with that crying, or go over there with all of that. Or C, and this is the most evil of them all, they'll have this little smirk on their face. Tears hold power. Like they were like smiling like, yes, I got her. When somebody knows they have access to your emotions, they know which buttons to push, they know they have power over you. So your emotions are powerful. You don't want that power in somebody else's hands like that, because I will guarantee you they're going to use it against you later. the few people that do have empathy for you, they'll eventually say, girl, you know what? It's okay. Stop crying. They would tell me, girl, wipe your tears. Let it go. Be strong. Be strong. Be strong. It's not that serious. Guys, we all have a short time on this earth. And you don't want to waste it on someone who doesn't care about you. What the hell are you getting out of caring about somebody who doesn't care about you? What are you gaining by crying in front of people or overreacting? Trust me, there's no good that comes from that. And I know some of you ladies like, well, I can't help how I feel and I'm just sensitive like that. This takes practice. But with time and practice, you can help how you feel. Just think about it logically. Increase your reaction time. If something or someone made you upset, get distant from them. Turn on Toni Braxton. Let it flow. Because first thing Monday morning, I'm gonna pack my tears away. Like, girl, pack them tears away. You don't need it. Wait it out. If you feel like you have to cry or something, let the cry out in private. Pray to the Lord and Savior above. Pray to the men you really have to answer to. But the getting to the root cause of that may require some type of therapy or, some type of counseling to see if you have always been emotional like this. 9 times out of 10, you're hitting at a childhood trauma that can't no man in your adulthood fix for you. Because if, say, this situation's happening over and over again, something's wrong. And let me tell you something. People always 100% of the time pick themselves, they put themselves first, and they will disappoint you. Honestly, it's not nobody's job to love you. People will love you and support you when it's beneficial to do so. Period. Half these people that you're crying over or this guy you're crying over, he's only there to get what he wants. He's only there to get what he wants out of you. He's not emotionally attached to you. The fourth point I want to make in how to control your emotions is the realization that you're depending on another human being, another piece of flesh, another person who is self-absorbed, that has their own life, their own drama, their own trauma, things that make them upset. You're depending on them to put your needs before theirs. And in this selfish, ice cold, evil world, it just doesn't happen like that. People are self-absorbed. They're too busy off in their own world, their own family, their own life, trying to pay their bills to stop and really care about someone else, whether you guys are dating or not. People selfish as fuck, man. People are selfish as hell, and they really don't hang around you or be around you unless it's beneficial to do so. So some people, they try to run away from their emotions. They try to avoid them, and then to be around someone else who is highly emotional. You gotta think, we human beings, our energy is infectious. So if somebody else is laughing at something, 9 times out of 10, you're going to start laughing. If somebody else is angry, it could make you angry. So imagine if you're upset or crying, people get away from that because they don't want to cry. They don't want to be upset. They don't want to deal with sad news or how you feel at this moment. Because remember, emotions can change. Well, they do change. So a lot of people, they don't want to deal with their own emotional triggers, let alone somebody else's. So just the realization that people are self-absorbed and they don't care anyway. Dear emotional people, the next person is not going to filter their feelings for the sake of yours. Remember, without a doubt, you are beautiful inside and out. You can love and want a connection and want somebody to care to be there, but there's no guarantee that they'll be there forever. I mean, have they?
Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. Think about every poor decision you've made in your life.
Gosh.
There was more emotion that was involved in it than there was mind. Every single one of them. Think about it.
Really was.
Your feelings keep you in bed. Your mind tells you, get up.